welcome to my kitchen. It is Sunday morning and I actually took out a package of puff pastry like a week ago and I was going to use it and I didn't, so I just shoved it in my fridge. Well, this was one of those mornings where I got OCD and I opened my refrigerator and went, oh my goodness, my refrigerator is ridiculously crowded. And with the holidays and everything, that happens, I think, to everyone. So I went on a cleaning spree. I cleaned out my fridge. And, you know, we use like canning jars like Tupperware. So there's a couple of mystery jars. I didn't know what they were. And they were even scarier once I opened them. So, you know, because we don't like to throw canning jars away, I did have to pitch some rings and lids. But anyway, that package of puff pastry needed to be used because you really can't throw it back in the freezer. So I thought I'm going to throw some Danish together. And what better kind of Danish in the whole world is there than cheese Danish? So that's what we're going to make today. I have my puff pastry I've already prepared, okay? It was sad and I had to do a little kind of funkiness with it. It wouldn't come apart. I had to roll it out myself, and you know, you're not really supposed to do that. So I'm not going to give you a demonstration on how to handle the frozen puff pastry today. You did that in the I've done that before, but I just cut it up any way I wanted to, and then I also, just to show you an example, I used my large biscuit cutter to cut some circles so you can make some more traditional looking round Danish. But these we're going to close up and they'll be diamond shaped Danish like you get at the fancy deli. 1 brick of cream cheese that I have softened, and I'm going to go ahead and beat that up just to soften it a little bit more, so it's going to be a bit noisy. A piece of it flung on Rick's shirt, so what did he do? He looked at it, he picked it off, and he ate it. It's okay. This is similar filling, cheese filling, to what I made when I made my pineapple cream cheese braid. It is very basic. A brick of cream cheese, a half a cup of powdered sugar. I like the powdered sugar because when you're making the Danish, the cornstarch and the powdered sugar kind of helps it all bind together. So let's beat this together. See, I forgot. I want to put some vanilla in here. Oh, it was right over here. I'm just going to use about a teaspoon of vanilla. You could use orange extract, you could use almond extract, use whatever you want. I'm going to use about a teaspoon of my vanilla bean crushed. Beat it until it's nice and smooth. I probably didn't allow my cream cheese mixture to soften as much as I should have, so it's going to be a little bumpy. But it's all good. Just going to get spatula in here, mix in that little bit of powdered sugar on the edge that didn't make it. So I'm going to put that off to the side right now. And I'm going to actually make some plain cream cheese. I'm going to make some cream cheese and pineapple and some cream cheese and apricot because I can. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some cheese filling. Don't overdo it because it will bake out. We're going to put it right in the center. And we're going to fold the opposite corners in. So you want to keep that in mind. It's going to look like a diamond when we're through. And Danish doesn't really have a lot of filling in it, so you know, when you see it and you buy it at the store, it's mostly bread or whatever pastry they've used, okay? But if you do it this way, and it's very possible some of this is going to bake out, so. And I'm sure some of these are going to be better than others, simply because my
Or two are alike.
Well, no, but that too, but I messed up and left this puff pastry in the fridge too long, and then so then what we're gonna do is fold this over, and then I'm gonna get just a little bit of water. Where's my, oh, it must be in the dishwasher. That's okay. I'm just gonna pat this like that. Now these are gonna get much larger, okay? So, and that cheese filling is gonna come out. And it's very possible that some of these may open up during the baking process. You can pinch them together if you want, and that's not gonna hurt anything. These have actually been sitting out on my counter for a few minutes, so I'm just putting a little bit of water in there, but I am also pinching it together. And yes, I know my puff pastry looks kind of sad, but you know what? It is what it is. We're gonna have Danish for breakfast because that's, you know, that's how it ended up this time. And you'll see, I guarantee you some of these are gonna bake open. But that's not going to stop them from tasting good. It's gonna, they're gonna be lovely. Your family's gonna love it. I promise. Okay, so I'm gonna just set these over. I'm gonna switch sides.
So, not diamond bow ties.
Huh? Well, they're kind of diamonds, aren't they? These I'm gonna add some fruit filling to. So let's put the cheese on these. I think I'll just do pineapple because everybody in my family likes pineapple. But just something about pineapple and cream cheese Danish. I love it. I grew up with that. I also love a prune Danish. That's a yummy one too. All right, let's see. I'm gonna need another spoon. I wondered how long it was gonna be before you stuck your finger in there. Okay, we're just gonna put a little dollop of pineapple jam in there. And this is my homemade pineapple jam. You can get some at the grocery store. It's easy to find. I never had a problem getting pineapple jam. When I lived in Arizona and I was able to shop at Safeway, Safeway stores have this wonderful store line. I think they still do. It's called Safeway Select. And they had some of the most wonderful jams and jellies. And they had a pineapple jam that I used to love. I moved to North Carolina. There ain't no Safeway here, honey. There's Piggly Wiggly.
Tell them how to get an elephant in Safeway.
How do you get an elephant in Safeway, honey? You take the S out of safe and the F out of way. That's right. You take. Did you get that? How do you get an elephant in Safeway? You take the S out of safe and the F out of way.
Think about it.
Think about it for a minute, and then what will you say? There's no F in way. Think about it. And then you'll laugh yourself silly because I did the first time he told me that joke. Oh my goodness, this is going to give me a problem. I guarantee you these are all going to bake open. I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. When you use puff pastry, you have to bake at a high heat, otherwise it's not going to puff. And you know what? This dough is so sad, I can't even guarantee that it's going to puff either. So,
Need some pastry glue.
well, I could probably go over these with an egg wash if I wanted to, but I don't want to because I want to glaze these when I'm done with them. As far as these little round ones go, just put a little dollop right in the center, just like that. And these are going to, in theory, the dough that you haven't put anything on is going to puff up around that cheese filling. And it's all good, right? Okay, so into the oven. Oh, I didn't turn my oven light on. Silly. Okay, we're gonna pop these into a 400-degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes, and then when it's time for them to come out, we'll be back and we'll show you what it looks like. Okay, it is time to take these out of the oven, and I gotta tell you, they look pretty good. A couple of them baked open, but that's all right. Ow. Hot pan. And I made them a little bit on the small side, but that's all right, because then you can have more than one. You see how that works? They're brown, they're puffed, they're golden. Ironically, the ones that were on the bottom are not as brown, but they're done. They're great. They're beautiful. Okay, we're going to let these cool for about 10-15 minutes, and I've made up a simple icing glaze, just like I put on the kolaches, and just like I put on my pineapple cream cheese braids. Just a little powdered sugar, a little cream, a little butter, some vanilla and orange extract. Once these are cooled a little bit, then we'll glaze them, because they can't be glazed right now because that icing will just melt right off. So when it's time to do that, we'll come back and show you what's going to go happen next. Okay, our Danish has cooled, and what I did was I just used the same pans, but I transferred the Danish themselves to a cooling rack, and I moved my pans over because they're cool enough. And now, like I said, I simply prepared a little glaze to go over these. And this is just a little powdered sugar, a little heavy cream, a little bit of butter, just like a tablespoon of softened butter. And a little bit of vanilla, and then you can use orange extract, or you can use almond. You can use whatever you like. Doesn't matter. You don't have to put any extract in it. You can just use powdered sugar, and you can use milk. You can use water to make a powdered sugar glaze. It doesn't matter. I think it makes it taste a little bit better when you use milk or half and half, or cream, or whatever you have on hand. I always have cream in the house. Or sometimes, you know, we get our milk at a little mom and pop Amish store, and it's the milk. They're not Amish, and the milk doesn't come from an Amish farm. So, but it does come from a local farm, and that's the thing that's most important to us. So there you have it. Some really quick and easy Danish for a Sunday morning. I hope that you try to make Danish like this, and I hope that you love it. And thank you so much for joining me in my kitchen this morning. And until next time, I'll see ya.